Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're going deep into the world of entrepreneurship with a book that's become quite a classic, I think, in the business world.
Yeah.
Shoe Dog by Phil Knight, the founder of Nike.
Definitely a must-read for anyone.
Yeah. And you sent in some really interesting chapters from his memoir.
Absolutely.
We're going to unpack the incredible journey of building this global brand, like literally starting from nothing.
Right from scratch.
With lots of adventure along the way, risk, and some really surprising twists and turns.
It's amazing how a simple idea can turn into something so huge.
Right.
Like a global phenomenon.
Yeah.
What's so cool about these excerpts is we get to see the very, very beginning of Nike, like way before the swoosh and the billion-dollar deals.
Yeah, and I think what's going to resonate with you in this deep dive is that these early chapters, they really show Knight's resilience.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, we see him, going against what everyone's telling him.
Yeah.
Facing all this doubt, facing rejection, but he just keeps going.
Driven by this desire to leave a mark on the world.
Yeah.
To make a difference.
Really a theme that comes out strongly in how he writes.
Yeah, that he wasn't content with just doing the normal thing, the conventional path. He had this passion to create something new.
Yeah, it all started with what he calls a crazy idea. And this was during his time at Stanford Business School.
Okay.
And he was, writing a research paper. And it was exploring this possibility of Japanese running shoes.
Interesting.
Breaking into the U.S. market.
Interesting, because at that time, the market was dominated by German brands.
Right.
Known for,
their quality.
Yeah, the quality craftsmanship.
So what made Knight think that Japanese-made shoes could, disrupt that whole thing?
Yeah.
Well, he had noticed something interesting with the camera industry.
Okay.
Where Japanese companies were already starting to challenge the Germans. And he thought, well, Japanese manufacturers could bring that same innovation and quality, but at a better price, potentially.
Okay. Right.
And don't forget, this is the early 60s.
Right.
Japan is like a rising economic power.
Yeah, that context is so important.
Totally.
It wasn't just like a random idea. He was tapping into a global trend.
Exactly.
These shifting dynamics.
But, I mean, a research paper is one thing.
Right, exactly.
But turning it into an actual business.
Yeah, putting it into action.
Is a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And that's where his adventurous spirit kicks in.
Yeah.
So after he graduates from Stanford, he takes off on this backpacking trip around the world.
Wow.
This journey of self-discovery that ultimately shapes his whole entrepreneurial path.
It wasn't just a sightseeing trip, was it? It seems like it was really pivotal.
Yeah.
Time of reflection and exploration.
Exactly. He wasn't just,
checking off. There were spots. Yeah.
He was immersing himself in all these different cultures, seeking out these experiences that challenged his worldview.
Pushed him out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure.
There are some really specific experiences mentioned in the excerpts, like him seeing the aftermath of World War II in Tokyo, finding peace and inspiration in Japanese gardens and temples, even surfing in Hawaii.
Yeah, and these experiences must have...
profoundly impacted him.
Yeah, they definitely shaped his perspective.
Yeah.
And somewhere amidst all this, traveling and these encounters, his entrepreneurial seed, it starts to sprout.
So how does he go from backpacking to building this shoe empire?
Yeah.
Was it just like a sudden realization or?
Well, it's interesting because his initial plan was, okay, I'm going to travel the world for a year.
Right.
And then I'm going to come home.
Right.
Get a normal job.
The traditional career path.
But somewhere along the way, that changes.
What happened? What changed it?
Well, there's a pivotal moment during his travels.
Yeah.
Remember that research paper?
Yeah.
About the Japanese shoes?
Yeah.
He actually makes a detour to Kobe, Japan.
Oh, wow.
The home of Onitsuka.
Okay.
The company that made Tiger running shoes.
So he goes straight to the source.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's driven by this gut feeling that Japanese craftsmanship can make a superior running shoe. And he wants to bring that to the U.S.
Right.
Picture this, right? This young, unassuming knight.
Yeah.
With nothing more than passion. a Stanford research paper.
Yeah.
And a name he just invented on the spot. Blue Ribbon Sports.
Wait, he came up with Blue Ribbon Sports right there?
Yeah.
On the spot?
Yeah. Walks into the Onitsuka factory.
That is amazing.
Pretty amazing.
It speaks to his ability to adapt and think on his feet.
He was definitely resourceful.
Wow.
And it worked.
Yeah.
Onitsuka was intrigued by his passion.
Yeah.
And they saw the potential of the U.S. market. So they agreed to send him samples.
Wow.
And that's really when the seed of Nike is planted.
One meeting
Yes.
can change everything.
It can, but things didn't just fall into place.
Right.
Those early days were full of challenges. For instance, Onitsuka, really slow with shipping.
Oh, no.
So Knight is constantly waiting, worrying. This is 1962, long before instant communication, overnight shipping.
Right.
So he had to have a lot of patience.
Yeah, perseverance.
But he wasn't just sitting around while he waited for those shoes. He was strategizing.
Okay.
And he made a really important decision to reach out to his former track coach from the University of Oregon, Bill Bowerman.
Oh, Bill Bowerman, the legend.
Yeah.
Known for his shoe design.
Yes, he was obsessed.
Yeah.
Creating lighter, faster shoes.
Constantly experimenting.
Always experimenting with new materials and techniques.
I read somewhere that he even used his wife's waffle iron to create a
prototype.
Yeah, like a new sole or something.
Yeah, that's classic Bowerman.
That's amazing.
He was definitely a visionary.
Definitely.
But beyond just innovation, Bowerman also brought this intensity that really matched Knight's own.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
They seem like a fascinating pair.
They were.
Did they always agree, or was there some...
Well, Knight describes Bowerman as very demanding, even intimidating.
Okay.
But also deeply inspiring. So there was a lot of respect.
Mutual respect.
Yeah, but maybe a little fear too.
I heard a story about Bowerman rigging his mailbox with explosives because a truck driver kept knocking it over.
Yeah, he was not someone to mess with.
Wow, sounds intense.
He was pretty intense.
Wow.
And it's actually during a lunch meeting that Bowerman says, hey, I want to be part of this. Let's do this together.
Okay.
And they agree on a 50-50 partnership.
Right.
And Blue Ribbon Sports, the company that would later become Nike, is officially born.
So you have this visionary founder, this innovative partner.
Yeah.
But building a business is more than that.
Right.
What were some of those early challenges?
Oh, they had all the classic ones, very little money, bankers who were skeptical, just all the uncertainty of starting something totally new.
So to make ends meet, what was he doing?
Well, Knight was actually selling shoes out of the trunk of his car.
Wow.
And working as an accountant.
Wow. That's hustle.
Yeah, talk about a side hustle.
Yeah.
And their finances were,
a constant
stress.
Yeah.
He even had to borrow money from his father, who wasn't exactly thrilled about his son's career choice.
That's interesting that he was willing to borrow from his dad, even though he didn't support it.
Yeah.
Highlights that willingness to take risks.
Totally.
Even when people don't understand what you're doing.
Yeah, he had to go against the grain.
Yeah.
Believe in this.
And that tension between this vision and conventional thinking.
Yes. And that also played out in his relationship with his banker.
Oh, tell me about that.
Harry White.
Harry White?
Who was supportive.
Okay.
But very cautious. Always warning Knight about growing too fast.
Yeah.
Taking on too much debt.
Classic banker.
Right.
Trying to
rein him in.
Yeah.
Their interactions are actually quite funny in the book.
Yeah, this clash between like the entrepreneurial spirit.
Totally.
And then the conservative financial world.
Exactly. And it shows how hard it is for entrepreneurs.
To get funding.
Yeah, especially when their ideas are so out there. Risky.
Yeah.
And there's this part in the book where Knight actually gets into a legal battle with another shoe distributor.
Oh, wow.
Turns out someone else had also made a deal with Onitsuka. So they were both...
So there's competition.
Yeah, they were competing for the same territory.
Wow.
It's a reminder that, even the best ideas face unexpected competition.
He's got to be ready for anything.
Yeah, and navigating that legal stuff...
That's all part of it.
...is a huge part of business. But amidst all this chaos, this key figure emerges.
Oh, okay.
Jeff Johnson.
Jeff Johnson.
A former classmate of Knight's from Stanford.
Okay.
A passionate runner. Mm-hmm. He starts bombarding Knight with all these letters.
What kind of letters?
Full of ideas for the business. And Johnson becomes this like crucial part of the early Nike team.
Okay.
He brought this unwavering belief in the power of running.
Right.
This desire to build a community.
Yeah.
Which would eventually become like
essential.
Yeah, so essential to Nike's identity.
So now we have the visionary founder, the innovative partner, and this
enthusiastic.
Yeah, this enthusiastic, what did you say?
Evangelist,
yes.
Yeah, they each brought something unique to Nike's early days.
And they all face their own challenges.
Absolutely.
Financial constraints, those relationships.
Yeah, suppliers.
It seems like resilience was key.
Oh, absolutely.
They had to adapt and overcome.
Yeah, find those creative solutions to keep moving forward.
This is a story about so much more than just selling shoes.
Right.
It's about the human spirit, that drive to keep going, even when things are tough.
And speaking of overcoming adversity, there's this moment where Knight talks about climbing Mount Fuji.
Oh, wow.
And it wasn't just a physical challenge for him.
Right.
It was symbolic of his journey to secure that deal with Onitsuka.
Yeah, that climb is a metaphor for like the whole thing, reaching the summit, overcoming obstacles, seeing things from a new perspective.
And it's on his way down from Mount Fuji that things take a very unexpected turn.
Oh.
He meets this woman named Sarah.
Okay.
Free spirit. And their connection is...
Wow.
Very intense. So amidst all this business, he's finding love.
He is,
Wow, it's a reminder that entrepreneurs are human too.
They are. They have these personal things going on.
Exactly. And their romance wasn't easy.
No.
Sarah came from a very wealthy family who did not approve of Knight or his lifestyle.
Right. Too unpredictable, uncertain, this tension between societal expectations and forging your own path.
Yeah. And ultimately, their relationship just
fizzles.
Yeah, fizzles out due to all those pressures.
Right.
And,
heartbreak.
Yeah, heartbreak for Knight.
But he channels that.
He does.
Into the business. It seems like that's a common thread, you know? You go through something difficult personally, and it fuels you professionally.
It's like this fuel for the fire.
Yeah. Maybe he wanted to prove himself to the world.
To Sarah's family, maybe.
Right. Exactly.
And that's where we'll pick up in part 2.
Okay.
See you then.
Looking forward to it. It really is amazing how these personal things can like shape an entrepreneur's journey, you know?
Yeah.
It's like Knight's drive to succeed, to really make his mark, you know?
Yeah.
It was just intensified by all these challenges.
Yeah, totally.
The personal and the professional, you know?
It's fuel for the fire.
Yeah.
And speaking of making a mark, this is where we see the evolution from Blue Ribbon Sports to the iconic brand name we all know today. Nike.
Yes. The name itself is just
super powerful.
Yeah, instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
But the change from Blue Ribbon Sports to Nike wasn't immediate, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Took a while.
It did, yeah.
Okay.
You know, in those early days, Blue Ribbon was still mainly selling those tiger shoes.
Yeah.
Made by Onitsuka. But as the business grew and Knight's vision, started to evolve.
Right.
He knew he needed his own brand.
Right.
Something unique.
Yeah.
Something that captured, the
essence.
Yeah, that essence of athletic striving.
It makes sense.
Right.
Building their own brand gave them more control, more freedom creatively.
Yeah.
And just unlocked so much potential.
For sure.
But, coming up with that brand name that sticks, that really embodies the company.
It's not easy.
That's hard.
It's not easy at all.
And
this is where Jeff Johnson comes back in.
Oh, Jeff Johnson.
Right.
With all his ideas.
Yeah, with his boundless enthusiasm and idea generation.
Yeah.
Remember all those letters he was sending at Knight?
Yeah.
Well, one of them suggested the name Dimension 6.
Dimension 6. I mean, it's not bad.
It's not bad.
It doesn't have that,
the wow factor.
Yeah, that wow factor.
Yeah, it's missing that punch.
Yep.
And Knight wasn't sold on it either.
Okay.
But Johnson, bless his heart, he didn't give up.
He kept going.
He just kept brainstorming.
Okay.
Digging deeper into mythology, history.
I love these moments. Like, what happens next?
And then one morning,
Yeah.
he has this epiphany.
Okay.
He remembers reading about Nike,
Dutch.
the Greek goddess of victory.
Oh, wow.
And the name just clicks for him.
I see it.
It's powerful, evocative.
Yeah.
And it aligns perfectly with this, spirit of athletic pursuit.
It's short, memorable, powerful night on board.
He wasn't at first.
Really?
He still preferred Dimension 6.
Wow.
But Johnson, ever the advocate, argues that Nike could transcend athletics and become this symbol of,
human potential.
Yeah, human potential, pushing your limits.
It seems like Johnson really understood branding.
Yeah.
It's not just a name.
Yeah.
It's a story, an idea.
It's an idea
that connects with people.
And eventually, Nike comes around.
Yeah.
He sees the power in the name Nike.
And the rest is history.
And the rest is history.
I love that.
And shortly after, they commission a graphic design student to create the swoosh logo.
Wow.
For a mere $35. $35. That's amazing.
Talk about resourcefulness.
It's incredible how these iconic elements can have such humble beginnings.
Yeah, totally.
But it's about seeing the potential.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
And Knight's vision for Nike, it went beyond just selling shoes.
It did, yeah.
He wanted to create a brand that celebrated athletes.
Yeah, the athlete in everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Regardless of ability or experience.
Yeah, this is where we see their marketing genius,
Totally.
They weren't just selling a product.
Yeah.
They were selling
an aspiration.
Yes.
A way of life.
They tapped into something universal. Yeah.
That desire to push limits.
Yeah.
To challenge yourself, to be your best.
And their early marketing efforts really focused on building relationships within the running community.
Okay.
Knight knew how powerful word of mouth was, letting the quality of the shoes just speak for itself.
That's smart, especially for a young company.
Yeah.
Limited resources.
Yeah.
You create a buzz within a community.
Yeah.
That's genuine.
It's organic growth.
Exactly. Authenticity.
Yeah.
And genuine connection.
Absolutely.
They go a long way.
And as the brand started to gain traction, Knight began to experiment with more traditional advertising.
Okay.
But even then, his approach was different.
How so?
He wanted ads that told stories.
Okay.
Capturing the emotion, the drama of athletic competition.
Yeah, that's where we start to see those iconic campaigns. Yeah. They weren't just selling shoes.
Yeah.
They were selling a feeling, an aspiration.
Yeah, a belief in yourself.
Yeah.
Their tagline, "There is no finish line."
I love that.
So good, right?
It's so inspiring.
It speaks to that human desire for growth, for progress.
Pushing beyond those limits.
And they weren't afraid to take risks with their advertising.
Yeah.
They partnered with athletes who embodied that rebelliousness, individuality, like Steve Prefontaine.
Yeah, Prefontaine was such a perfect fit.
Yeah, perfect fit.
Achy.
Passionate, unconventional, determined to break boundaries.
Yeah, he embodied the Nike ethos.
Totally.
Passionate, unconventional, pushing the boundaries.
And his tragic death.
Yeah.
At such a young age, it just solidified his legacy.
It's amazing how they were able to connect with their audience on such a deep level. Yeah. They understood that people are drawn to stories, to personalities.
To brands that represent something more than just a product.
Yes.
And as their influence grew, they started to expand.
Okay.
Beyond venturing into basketball, tennis.
Smart move. Yeah. Tapping into
new markets.
Yeah, new markets.
And wider audience.
Yeah, solidifying that position as a global brand.
And it was with basketball.
Yeah.
They really
hit it big.
Yeah, they hit it big.
Yeah.
Thanks to their partnership with a young rookie.
Okay.
Named Michael Jordan.
The Air Jordan era.
Talk about a game changer.
Game changer.
This wasn't just about putting a logo on a shoe.
No.
This was about creating...
a brand within a brand.
Yeah.
A cultural phenomenon.
The Air Jordan line.
Yeah.
It transcended basketball.
It became a symbol of...
style, status, aspiration.
It's amazing to think that all of this, this global brand, this innovation, the cultural impact, it started with a simple...
research paper.
Yeah, research paper.
And a young man's belief in this crazy idea.
But it wasn't all easy.
It wasn't.
Right.
No.
As Nike grew, so did the pressure from Onitsuka.
They became more demanding, trying to
control things.
Yeah, control Nike's pricing.
Okay.
Distribution.
It's the classic story of a young company.
Outgrowing.
Yeah, outgrowing.
The partnership.
Onitsuka, they saw Nike's success.
Yeah.
And they wanted more.
Yeah.
Which led to tension.
Yeah, it all came to a head.
Yeah, a breaking point.
Yeah, and that forced Knight to make a really difficult decision.
What was that?
To break free.
From Onitsuka.
From Onitsuka.
Wow, that's a big move.
Forge their own path.
Risky.
Yeah, it was a huge risk.
Starting from scratch.
Having to build their own
everything.
Manufacturing supply chain.
Wow.
But it was necessary.
Yeah.
To control their own destiny.
It was a leap of faith.
A defining moment.
It was.
For the company.
Yeah. Knight travels to Mexico.
Okay.
Finds a small shoe factory.
Okay.
Willing to work with him. And starts designing. And producing.
Their own shoes.
Their own shoes.
This is where the Nike Cortez was born.
Yeah.
The shoe that really put them on the map.
Yeah, it was a game changer.
As an independent brand.
For sure.
Wow.
A lightweight, stylish shoe. Quickly became a favorite among runners.
Yeah, it marked the beginning of their journey to becoming
the powerhouse.
Yeah, the global powerhouse
that we know today.
Their journey is full of valuable lessons.
It is.
For entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
The power of vision, strong partnerships.
Yeah.
Taking risks.
Yeah, and being resilient.
Overcoming those setbacks.
Yeah, for sure.
It's incredible, isn't it?
It is.
How they went from distributor to
make their own shoes.
Manufacture. Yeah, yeah.
It must have been so much work.
It must have been.
To set up all that production.
From scratch.
Yeah.
Totally.
And the supply chains.
Yeah, and I'm curious about how they actually got the shoes to people.
Distribution.
Yeah, like did they rely on those traditional retail channels?
Okay.
Or did they do something totally different?
Well, at first they kept selling through sporting goods stores, you know, using the relationships they'd built.
Yeah.
But Knight, always thinking ahead, he realized that runners, they're a passionate bunch, a connected community.
Yeah.
And he wanted to tap into that.
So they went straight to the runners.
Yeah, exactly.
Cut out the middleman.
They started going to all the track meets.
Okay.
Marathons, setting up booths, talking to runners, getting that direct feedback.
That's smart.
Right. Yeah. What a brilliant way to build loyalty.
Yeah, and create a community around their product.
Exactly.
It's like they're building a movement.
Yeah.
Not
more than just selling shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that connection with their customers must have been so valuable.
Yeah.
For
product development.
Product development.
Right.
Yeah.
Getting that real-time feedback from the people actually using the shoes.
Exactly.
It allowed them to keep innovating.
It's a reminder that listening to your customers is so important.
Crucial.
Especially for a startup.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that customer-centric approach extended to their marketing too.
We touched on their tagline.
Yeah. There is no finish line.
But they also used really powerful imagery, storytelling in their ads.
Not just about the shoes, but about the spirit of the athlete.
Yeah.
The pursuit of excellence.
He understood how to connect with people on an emotional level.
Emotionally.
Yeah.
And they weren't afraid to challenge conventions either.
Like with their partnership.
Yeah, with Prefontaine.
With Prefontaine.
Yeah.
He wasn't...
Not your typical athlete.
No, he was raw, outspoken, fiercely competitive.
He was Nike.
Yeah.
Passionate.
Yeah.
Defiant.
Yeah.
Always pushing the limits.
And that connected with so many runners.
Who were looking for that.
Yeah.
Looking for a brand that represented.
That reflected.
Yeah. Reflected their values.
And as they became more successful, they kept pushing boundaries.
Yeah, expanding
into new sports.
Right.
Signing these
big endorsements.
Huge endorsements.
Innovating with
new technologies and designs.
Never settling.
Never settling.
Always looking ahead.
It's amazing to see how those early decisions, those risks, that resilience, laid the foundation.
Yeah, for this global brand
that we know today.
It all started with
a crazy idea.
Yeah?
A backpacking trip.
A love of running.
A deep passion for running.
Knight's story is just...
it's inspiring.
Yeah, it's inspiring. It reminds us that we can follow our passions.
Yeah.
Take risks.
Embrace the unknown.
Embrace the unknown.
Yeah.
Success isn't always easy.
It's a journey.
It's a journey.
With lots of twists and turns.
And I think there's something in that journey that everyone can connect with.
It reminds us that
we all have the potential to create something, to make our mark.
Yeah.
It's about finding that thing that lights you up.
That passion.
Yeah, that passion, that thing that makes you want to push yourself.
And never give up.
Never give up.
On those dreams.
No matter how crazy.
No matter how crazy they seem.
It's been great exploring this story with you.
It has, yeah.
Hopefully it inspires you.
Yeah.
To lace up your own shoes.
To take that first step.
Yeah, and set off
on your own journey. Thanks for joining us on The Deep Dive.